I sent it to Taylor. He said, "Aw." Like make it bigger. And I can like get it wet. See, that was like right after I washed it. Very. Do you have pineapple? Thank you so much. I will. I am not scared.
Hey, I was gonna text you today, see if you're coming down.
Good.
No. What did you do?
Look, a pink eye.
Last night? That was fun. Oh, just early. Me? 2 a.m.
Yeah. Yeah, it was. Maybe because it was only one game.
I just refreshed. See, I refreshed it, so I didn't know if I had this while it was refreshed. Okay.
Does anyone need a stat sheet? Oh, sure, got you. Good job. Everybody should be good.
Okay.
This is Mary Howard. So Leslie, do you know this is Tip? No, it's Jessica.
It's very nice to meet you.
Good evening. As we await Florida to arrive, just a couple reminders as always. One, everything's being transcribed, so when you ask your question, state your name and your affiliation, to whom the question is directed at. Make sure you speak loudly into the mic. Also, if you have a cell phone, if you'll be so kind to put it on silent and or turn it off for me, that'd be greatly appreciated. And also, just a general reminder, as it involves officiating and student athletes or coaches, they can't answer questions related to those subjects, so I would advise you not to ask those type of questions. All right, officials. Thank you. And the two young ladies will have the microphone, so you just raise your hand high, they'll take care of you.
Nobody's gonna keep pushing on you. Can't have a seat.
I work in administration. I'm kind of like a utility player. I once asked, she's my direct supervisor. I once asked her to switch that coordinator to put in here that. She said no. But she should have, that's my entire. She's a utility.
Good evening. At this time, we have Florida head coach Tim Walton, student athlete Lauren Hager, student athlete Alicia Akazi, student athlete Delaney Gorley. Thank you. At this time, we get general comments from Coach about the game, then we open it up for questions. Coach.
Well, wow, what a great job by the pitchers on both sides. Both teams pitched very well. But you got to give a lot of credit to a freshman and sophomore coming in here on this big stage, come out and pitch and hold a really good team, really good offense of Michigan down. I thought they pitched a good game offensively, and we didn't get a whole lot going except for what Lauren was able to create. But I thought overall, we did a good job scoring early, and I think that does change the way people can swing at the College World Series. So. Just again, I think more than anything, just tip our caps tip my cap to Lauren and for offensively, and just Delaney and Alicia. Alicia pitched a wonderful game. Really did a good job getting strikeouts when she needed to, and some really good defense behind her.
All right, this time we open up for questions. Raise your hands.
For Tim, kind of what gave you so much faith in a freshman and a sophomore who hadn't pitched a whole lot over the past few weeks?
I think what we were able to do last year obviously helps me because of making the right decision, knowing what's right for our program. We've really, the last 2 seasons, we've really just talked about trying to create a good pitching staff, and we've been able to get Alicia some quality innings in the SEC and have her matched up against some quality opponents preseason. The same with Delaney, and I think that was the key. Lauren could have pitched tonight, but we thought to ourselves, if she doesn't pitch well, then what? I think at least win or lose, we still have Lauren Hager to go to over the next couple days if we need to. So I think that was the big key, just not overextend her. She didn't throw 168 pitches in her career in a game, so really no reason to extend her on short rest. Give her the day off. She didn't throw. She didn't long catch. He just played catch, and we'll see how good she is tomorrow if we decide to throw her.
Yeah, Pat Dilly Gainesville, son Delaney, can you just talk about the situation you hadn't pitched since Tennessee in the SEC tournament, and to be out there and also this first and third and game on the line, just what was going through your mind?
I mean, it was a big time pressure situation, but they prepare us every game, and every game they tell us, we're going to need our whole pitching staff, and all week Lily and I have been behind Lauren's back. We've been ready at any moment, and then in that time I was just ready to execute and make my pitches.
Nico Tan, ESPN 850, Delaney. How does it feel to come into the game in the biggest stage of college softball and get a save in front of your mom?
It's awesome. I love that she was here to watch, as well as my brother and my dad. It's just so much adrenaline, and I've earned this role. For the most of the season, I was a reliever and a closer, and I just did it again.
And then, Coach, you said that you would need your entire pitching staff. Your entire pitching staff is at the podium with you right now. How does it feel to finally use all of them in one game, especially against Michigan?
Yeah, I think we built our team on pitching and defense. I mean, I know I've heard some other quotes and comments about what it takes, and I think you got to kind of pitch and do what you do with your team. And we have a lot of faith in our defense. Katie Medina's not up here right now, but what a phenomenal play that she made, up the middle to save the game for us. So I have a lot of confidence in our pitching and defense. They work their butts off, and they throw 6 days a week and really work on what they need to do and master their craft. And they really showed a nice, wonderful kind of assortment of pitches tonight. I'm really proud of the way the two pitched.
Yeah, Cliff Brown, Associated Press. Lauren, if you could first of all talk about what these 2 young pitchers did tonight, and then second of all, what it does for you in the situation that it changes for you going forward.
First of all, I'm just so proud of them. They work so hard, just like I do, and they deserve what they did tonight. Alicia is amazing, Delaney is amazing, and I've said this whole time that I'm going to need them to have my back throughout this whole entire tournament, and they're just so great, and I couldn't be any more proud of them. I'm so happy for them. It's such a good win for them tonight.
Alicia, you said that they tell you every game, we're going to need all of you, and everybody needs to be ready, but they haven't needed you here yet. So what are some things you do to keep yourself mentally ready and in the game throughout this last week?
Just when I'm throwing my bullpens, going out there with a stand-in. So they're coming in there and helping me prepare for batters that are coming up in the lineup. So basically just everyone contributes to me being mentally prepared. Me and Rocha talk about it. Me, Lauren, and Delaney talk about it. And that's basically what prepares me.
Jason Kersey from the Oklahoman. Lauren, on your home run, I think it was a 12-pitch at bat there. Does that get frustrating when you're up there that long and you're still waiting for that right pitch? And how do you stay focused even if you're getting frustrated?
As a batter, no. As a batter, no. As a pitcher, yes. But as a batter, not at all. I just go up there, try to foul off as many pitches as I can. I'll take my walks if I need to, but I was just seeing the ball really well, and I was on time, so I was just really looking for a pitch to hit and fouling off what I didn't like.
Kevin Sanzo, Michigan Daily. Lauren, could you explain how you and some of your teammates were able to get so much success against Betza, but not so much against Wagner?
I mean, I think we were just swinging at good pitches. We had a good plan. We watched video, and we prepared as well as we needed to do.
Pete LaFleur, College Softball 360. Delaney, you hadn't pitched in this NCAA tournament, but you did pitch last year, and including Game 2 against Alabama. How much do you think that experience helped you tonight, and maybe remind us about how that outing went for you. I know it was like 2 shutout innings, but I don't know if you had to work out any jams. And then a quick follow-up for you, Lauren. All your RBIs today were with 2 outs, so what your 2-out approach is when you're batting?
I mean, I think having experience from last year, it really carried over this year. You know, there's a ton of people watching, and it just made it that much easier to know that I've been there before and know that I could help my team in any way that I could.
I think in the first inning there was 1 out, but I was just trying to get Stu in however I could. D-fly ball anyway, that's just my plan, get it out of the infield. But with the other 2-out hit, I was just looking for another pitch again. I was just seeing the ball really well, and I was just ready to hit whatever.
Angelique Gillis, Detroit News. For all of you, following up on the question about Betsa, she struggled this World Series. Was there something, did you think she could be rattled? And also, could you expand a little bit on what Wagner did today? And I know you said you watched film, maybe what you've seen from her this World Series.
Delaney.
Oh,
sorry.
I'm under.
Lauren.
I mean, again, we just had a good plan. I mean, she's a great pitcher. Both of them are. They've gotten themselves to this stage, so there's something to say for that. But again, we just do our research and we have a great plan for these pitchers, and that's really all I can say is we have a good plan. But they both are really good, and they both have their stuff.
Coach.
Yeah, we've struggled with Betsa this year. Both times we faced her. I think we won the first one 2-1, and the second one. I think we scored a little bit later in the game, but we've struggled with Wagner. Did I say Betsa? Wagner. We only faced Betsa for a couple innings the time through. So, Haley's got good spin. She locates well. I mean, she's a senior. She knows what she's doing, and her motion is very. It's a lot of motion. And the ball gets on you quick, and I think that's. I always look at her stats and see that her strikeouts aren't super high, but she gets a lot of jam shot ground balls, a lot of early outs in their bats. I think all that has to do with deception and the spin and the rotation of the ball.
Coach Michael Kennedy, Norman Transcript. While you try to develop a deep bullpen that you can go to throughout, we see most of the teams who reach it here just rely on one pitcher, maybe 2. How tough is it to develop that type of bullpen when you can have 3 or 4 pitchers be able to come in anytime you need it?
Yeah, it's not easy. You've got to deal with the personalities a little bit, because each one of these 3 up here could be a #1 pitcher at a lot of places, and each one of these pitchers have been a #1 pitcher probably even through this season. To be honest with you, I think we just work really hard on the character and the team building side of our program, and I think each one of them. I mean, I've recruited all 3 of them. Lauren was coming to a program that really didn't have a whole lot of history. Where Delaney was coming to a program that had some history but wanted to make history, and then Alicia came to a program because she wanted to also be a part of the College World Series and get on this stage. So they all understood what they were doing when they came here. I think each one of them is going to leave their mark in a different way when they leave here. But I think the big key is that they all wanted to share in success of a program and a coaching staff that they really felt comfortable with. But it's a nonstop 24-hour a day, 7-day a week job for us to try to really keep each one of them happy, and that's what we try to do as coaches, just try to keep them happy. And with Lauren, she's a hitter, so early in the season I didn't pitch her as much because I could get more players to play when she went through middles of the week and stuff. So it's been a struggle for me because they're all really good, but I think we've developed a personal relationship with each one of them, and they trust us.
Tyler Scott, Michigan Daily. Lauren, sorry for pushing here a little bit, but would you be able to talk a little bit more about what that plan is that you came into at the play again today?
Chris Harry, Gatorzone.com. Alicia, I just want to ask you, how did Lauren's home run settle you down confidence-wise early in the game?
Well, it definitely did settle me down, I can say that much. But just coming in and pitching and just trying to hold minimum runs down, hold runs down to a minimum. It was just calming to know that we had runs on the board, so it was just easier and calmed me down as well in the circle.
And Delaney, what was the moment like with your mother on the cancer walk?
It's so special. I don't even know how to explain it really when you experience that, but to know that other girls on my team have also experienced it. Bailey's mother was out there, Kaylee's mother was out there. Katie and his mom didn't go down there, but she has gone through it too, and it just makes that bond with our team so much stronger, and we just, like, we really are family, and we just, you know, we love each other, and we love our moms too.
Shelby Granathis, Gator Vision. Question for Lauren. Before the game, you were talking to Alicia outside the dugout. What did you say to her before she went out there for the first time?
Just to try to pump her up and tell her how good she is. Alicia's so good. She has some dirty stuff, and I envy her for that because I don't have that. And I was just trying to pump her up, you know, get her confident, tell her that she is good enough, and that we are going to need her to go out there and shut her down like she did.
Alicia, I believe you've played on this field before and won a gold national championship, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
I was wondering what comfort level that gave you, that you've already had success here, even though it's a bigger stage tonight, that you've been here and have been successful. How did that help you tonight?
Well, I'm definitely familiar with the field, but coming on this field again for the national championship and the World Series, it's a different environment, so I was relying on my team and the experience that they have to really guide me through the series.
Are there any other questions?
It's for Coach. You talked in the preseason, Alicia still being part thrower, part pitcher. How did she get here?
A lot of work. You know, we always, you know, joke that she's got more tools in her toolbox probably than anybody on our team. She's super athletic. She can jump really high. She can, you know, pound for pound. She can probably she's got a great athletic body. She does so many things well. She can run. She can hit. She can play shortstop. She can pitch. I just felt like before she was just trying to throw, and now she's learned how to kind of control her speeds a little bit more and pitch a little bit better. You know, I didn't mention that she can also dance and she can sing and do all kinds of other stuff. So she's just fun, and I think, you know, raw was probably the word that I probably saw out of her the most when I first looked at her. She's real raw, but she has got so much upside, and when she gets her rise ball mastered, and when she gets the drop ball mastered, it'd be really tough to hit her down the road because that rise ball is really good, and it's different speeds. When we get it to throw it harder and when you get it to throw it slower, she's going to be really tough to beat down the road when she kind of masters her command a little bit.
We have time for one more question.
Mark Snyder, Detroit Free Press. Tim, when you're watching Romero on those, she had 2 chances to potentially go home. What was going through your mind? You've been in, obviously, that situation, the indecision there.
You know what, I don't know what the first indecision was. I think maybe fly the ball. The ball was hit so hard that by the time she fielded it, it looked as though that she was, you know, going back because of the way the ball was hit. And then after Katie touched the bag and spun, I thought she was going again. But it looked as though Katie was coming towards 4, so I think she then saw that. That's what I saw from where I was at in the dugout. What her coach talked to her about, what she was looking for, how they were looking to try to advance. You know, I always say I don't have that for you.
All right, Coach, student athletes, thank you for your time.
Ladies and gentlemen, before you leave, there was a card reader missing from the photo workroom. Can you all check your bags and just to make sure that you all didn't inadvertently pick that up when you picked your stuff up? Thank you.
What?
At this time, we have Michigan head coach Carol Hutch, student athlete Sierra Romero, student athlete Haley Wagner, student athlete Abby Ramirez. Coach, general comments about the game, then we'll open up for questions.
Great game by Florida. You know, Alexis Ocasio was, I thought, brilliant tonight. I think Lauren Hager speaks for herself. And honestly, I felt that we didn't really come out to play to win until about the 5th inning. Our energy, we seemed a little tentative. Things didn't really go our way. And we just had to keep plugging away and get back to having our good energy that we were so known for. And I thought we got a lot better as the game went on. I mean, I told our kids, you know, you have to win 2 games in this tournament, this part of the tournament. Doesn't matter which 2 games. But we just need to continue and build on what the last few innings, good Michigan softball. And we have to believe. And I thought we had a little bit of doubt, maybe a little jitters. But I think we're better than that. And tell our kids just, we gotta plug away and move forward and put it behind us, and we'll be better tomorrow night.
Questions?
Mark Snyder, Detroit Free Press. Hutch, can you take us through the 2 decisions at the end when Sierra was on third about whether to send her or whether she was going to go?
Well, that play was a rocket, and you know, it was going up the middle, and when Sierra saw that you know, she was trying to turn the double play, but she hesitated obviously for a second because she doesn't want to make the out at the plate, and once you hesitate, you can't go. So that was is the right decision because it was a quick play, bang bang. They made a great play. Give their defense all the credit in the world. Their defense is fantastic. But when I saw him turn the double play, I was yelling go, but it was too late. She had to hesitate, and she made that decision, and but that's the way it is.
Steve Cornett, CamGoBlue.com. Abby, if you could talk to us about what was it that Sierra Loras told you when she had her arm around you before you went to hit, and then talk about your strategy there coming up with that big hit.
She just gave me a little pep talk. We're putting a pinch runner in, so there's some time, and she just calmed me down and said, you know, just see the ball, do what you do, and you know, you just need 1 base, and so all I wanted to do was get it out of the infield.
And then, how cognizant you are, obviously cognizant of the fact that they're shifted over there. That's where you're trying to hit the ball, right where you hit it?
Yeah, just trying to take it where it came, you know, and it was on the outside corner, but I was able to push it up the middle, and like I said, I was just trying to get a base and trying to get out of the infield and give us a chance to score.
Coach Hager started Florida's last 7 games before tonight. Did you guys expect her to start tonight?
Well, we did. We prepared for her, and in the back of my mind, I knew that was possible they wouldn't start her. But I can't, I don't coach their team, so we just have to prepare. And ultimately, regardless of who's pitching, we just need to have good at-bats and see the ball. And I thought we gave away a lot of at-bats. We swung a lot of their pitches, you know, change-ups in the dirt. And we needed somebody to step up and start having good at-bats, which we did later in the game. But, you know, at some point, obviously, I'm sure we'll see Hager.
Obviously, you guys see Florida again tomorrow, but you've been around the game for a long time. How does Hager stack up against other softball players in history?
Well, obviously, she's a great player. I mean, what can you say about her? She's a great player on a great team, and that's all I can say about it. I have a huge amount of respect for her.
Ted James, Michigan Daily. Question for you, Haley. The last time the team lost, you came back to beat Minnesota twice in a row. Could you speak towards the team's resiliency and what it'll take to do that here?
I mean, sorry, I can't really speak. We have a ton of fight, and I think that we're going to be able to come out tomorrow and just come out and play with the heart and soul that we've been talking about the past few days and the past few weeks. Like, I mean, we just have to come out and play Michigan softball, and we didn't do that at the beginning of the game, and we're a very resilient team, and we're very relentless, and we're just going to go after them.
Jason Kersey from the Oklahoman. Carol, Megan, for the 3rd straight game, had some trouble at the beginning. Is she having confidence problems, and if so, are you going to consider making a change tomorrow at the beginning of the game?
Well, she appears to have some confidence problems, I would say, and we need our best confidence on the mound, I can tell you that. But, you know, it's a long tournament, hopefully, so we need her to get her confidence back there's no reason not to have confidence at this point in the season, but it's been a tough week so far.
Chris Carter, Michigan Daily. Sierra, Hutch was talking about the energy in the last 2 innings. Was that a result of confidence from seeing the pitcher more often, or was something going on in the dugout where somebody got everybody pumped up?
I mean, I think that in the beginning of the game, things just weren't really going our way, and that happens sometimes. And, you know, once our ball started to fall, we were getting a little more excited, but we need that energy throughout the whole game, no matter how we're doing.
Are there any other questions? If not, go.
Tyler Scott, Michigan Daily. For all of you guys, confidence is something this team has talked a lot about as being critical to your guys' success. After tonight, does that shake that confidence at all, or how do you go into tomorrow making sure you have the confidence that you're used to playing with?
Abby?
We're just gonna see her.
Oh, Sierra?
That doesn't affect us at all. I mean, they still have to beat us twice, so the second time's going to be even harder. And, you know, we're going to come out there ready to fight, and we're not going to give it to them easy.
All right, Coach, thanks.